How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. Today I've got 3 more riffs for you from AC/DC. Right now we're also giving away this cool chord chart that you can download for free. There's a link in the description. It's in PDF format. You can download it, print it out, have it wherever you practice or whatever, and just have everything, any chord that you could ever need right at your fingertips. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. Alright, so the first one we have is Lotta Rosie. So for this one here, we're going to start off, we just got this A5, so I've got the A string is open and I'm fretting the 2nd fret of the D and the G string with my 1st finger. And this is all 8th notes, and so it starts off with this, on the downbeat of 1, just the percussive, mute. And then on the and of 1 is when we hit the chord, so it's like 1 and then on the downbeat of 2, we're just going to keep our 1st finger where we have it, and on the downbeat of 2, we're going to take our 2nd finger and pick up this 3rd fret here on the A string. So, and then on the and of 2, the A string is open. Then on the downbeat of 3, we're going to reach up to the 5th fret of the A string, and on the and of 3, get A string open. Downbeat of 4, back to the 3rd fret, and then on the and of 4, the full on A chord. Now we're hitting that on the and of 4, and then it's tied to the downbeat of the 2nd measure, and then we just rest. So it's like... that. So it does that quite a few times. It just repeats that. And then it goes into this faster part here. We start off the same way. The mute, A5 to the 3rd fret, open, 5th fret, open, 3rd fret, A. And then that's on the end of 4, just like the first one. And then it's tied to the downbeat of the 4th measure. And then we're going to pedal just the A. So it's... So we're like, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. On the downbeat of 4, we just hit the E, A, and D strings, or the A, D, and G string rather, open, and then back to that A. And then that just repeats. Alright, so the next one we're going to look at is Girls Got Rhythm. So this one here, we're going to start off, you're going to put your 3rd finger at the 7th fret. We're going to bar it on the D and the G string. So this is a D5 over A, and we hit this on the downbeat of 1, and then we rest on the and of 1 and the downbeat of 2. So it's like 1 and 2, and then on the and of 2, we're going to take our 1st finger and we're going to bar it across the D and G string at the 5th fret. So this is C5 over G. So we hit that on the and of 2, and then it's tied to beat 3. Then the downbeat of 4 is a rest, and then on the and of 4, we're going to shift up. So our 1st finger is now at the 7th fret on the A string, and we're going to pick that on the and of 4. So it's like... We're going to pick that and then do a hammer onto the 9th fret, and that's the downbeat of the 2nd measure. And then on the and of 1, we're going to take our 1st finger and reach it up to the 7th fret on the D string, and 2, and. So the and of 2 is the open A string. Then we come down for beat 3, back down to this C5 over G, and then to the 7th fret of the D string for the downbeat of 4, and then the and of 4, the open open A string, and then it just repeats. Okay, so that just repeats like a few times, and then on the last one, we hit that 7, hammer to the 9, then to the 7th fret on the D string, back to the 9th fret of the A string, back to the 7th fret of the D. So it's like and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Alright, and then the last one we're going to look at is Riff from Let There Be Rock. So for this one here, it's just, we have 3 chords. So we have G5. So for this G5, I'm just fretting the 3rd fret of the low E with my middle finger. And then I'm muting the A string also with that finger by just letting it kind of droop over so that string is muted. And then I'm playing the D and G strings open. That's G5. And we have E5, just the 2nd fret of the A string, and the low E string open. And you can also bar it so you're picking up the 2nd fret of the D string as well. And then A5. So for A5, we just take this E5 shape and we just move it up one set of strings. So now the A string is open, and I'm fretting the 2nd fret of the D and the G string with my 1st finger. So for this riff, we're going to start off with the G5, and it's on the and of 4. So we rest 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's tied to the downbeat of the next measure. So it's like rings out for the equivalent of a whole beat. And then on the and of 1, we go to E5, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and so that's like the first 2 measures. Then starting on the 2nd line, that was measure 4, we have E5 to A5, back to E5 to G5. So it's kind of weird. They're all, the E5, A5, and E5 again are all quarter notes, but it's starting on the and of 1. So that G5 here, we did, with the and 1, and 2, let's see, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then on the and of 4 we come back to the G5 again. So we have so there you have it, 3 cool riffs from AC/DC, not too terribly hard to play, pretty easy to pick up even if you're a beginner. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. I'm still continuing to do my subscriber requested riff series, so if you have an idea for a riff or something you'd like to see covered, leave it down in the comments and I'll check that out. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.